The story of Kalidas. King Sudhanman ruled the state of Madhumantam. His daughter Vidyavati excelled not only in the beauty but also in the mastery of all the sciences and arts. The king one day decided to get his daughter married.
By God's grace, she must get a good husband.
All are hereby informed that whoever is able to defeat the beautiful princess in a debate will be eligible to marry her. This is the king's order.
From the day this announcement was made, many scholars and pandits from various places arrived to engage the princess in debate. The debate began in the court hall, but every one of the scholars who participated in the debate saw defeat at the hands of the princess. They departed in humiliation.
What a shame, after all, to be defeated by a mere girl. No doubt, she won in debate, but she spoke insultingly and humiliated us. That is what I am unable to bear. What arrogance!
Even Ambarisha, her teacher, was pained at the way she had dealt with the scholars. So that night, he consulted the other court poets. They all felt that she is very arrogant and rude. They decided to bring down her pride. They planned to find out a confirmed idiot and marry her to him. Thus only, her impertinence can be removed. In search of a filtered fool, Ambarisha and the other scholars went beyond the city limit.
Ah, look at that! A shepherd is cutting the branches of the tree to gather leaves for his sheep.
Ha! The fool is sitting at the tip of a branch and cutting the stem end of the branch.
Ambarisha and the other scholars then tempted the utter idiot who was hacking away at the root of the branch. They decorated him grandly and took him with great pomp and show along the city streets. The king welcomed this king of poets grandly. That night, the fool was ordered to keep his nonsensical mouth shut, else he would be beheaded. He agreed as he was told. Next morning, in the court hall, the princess sat on one side and the false poet on the other. The princess held up one finger to indicate that the supreme truth is one only. The shepherd poet held up two of his fingers. This was interpreted by Ambarisha to mean that there are two ultimate entities, the supreme God and the individual soul. The princess was impressed by this gesture. She decided to marry this false poet, unknowing the truth. The plan of the court scholars bore fruit. The marriage of the princess with shepherd was celebrated grandly. That night in the inner chamber, the princess was shocked to see her husband lying bare-bodied on the floor instead on the cot. She sprinkled some rose water to wake him up.
Chee chee! Go away! The drops are falling on me!
Taken aback, the princess forcibly woke him.
Who are you? Tell the truth.
I shall tell everything! Don't hurt me!
Vidyavati, on learning about all that had happened, went and cried before the goddess.
Why this trial for me, who has been worshipping you all along, O Mother of Universe? Don't be perturbed. Now it is night. You send your husband to the Kali temple. Goddess Kali will bless him.
Oh mother, I shall live only if you give me the boon, else I shall end my life here.
Listen, protrude your tongue. I shall write on your tongue with my spear. You will become a great poet and also my devotee.
The instant the shepherd received Kali's grace, he became a great poet and composed the lovely hymn known as Shyamala Dandakam. Since then, he was renounced as Kalidas. Hearing about the fame of Kalidas, King Bhoja sent for him a special invitation. Taking leave from his wife, he left to Dharanagar. Kalidas thereafter shone in King Bhoja's court as a world-famous poet. Thereby, King Bhoja's fame also spread. He composed many great poems like Megha Sandesam, Sakuntalam, Kumara Sambhavam, Raghuvamsam, and many more.